Thank you for visiting our channel. Today I came out to review and also quick unbox this awesome looking Android box. This is called S6MAX and is done by a company called Superbox. Now I have to mention that this is YouTube friendly. And in this box comes with 4GB of RAM, 64GB internal storage, gigabit LAN and Wi-Fi 6. And I do not want to forget, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, click the subscribe button. Make sure you share this with your friends and family. Make sure you click the notification icon, select all in order to get notified once we have a new video up. On top of that, if you have a question, drop them at the bottom of the video. We love to help you out ASAP. And don't forget to click the like button. It really motivates us to make these type of videos quickly with a little more detail every time. In here are all the components that are part of the box. It comes with this user manual. I really like how they have designed it. It is very shiny, by the way. Has their name on it and also their model numbers right in the front. It does indicate this as a user guide. And once you open it, it has some policies, disclaimer. And once you open this part, it has some specification, also package content, which we're covering right now. Also, how you're going to be able to connect it to your TV. Go next is settings. Also, you can connect it Wi-Fi or Ethernet. And going in the back is some troubleshooting steps that you're going to really like. And that's about it. It comes with an HDMI cable. It comes with this power adapter, which is inside of a little plastic. And this side will go to the box itself. And this one is the one that goes to the electricity. This one is 5 volt, 2 amps. It also comes with this remote, which usually all of the Superbox should come with this, and it is. This one is a Bluetooth and IR, as you can see on the top. And this is really unique and very effective remote. You can see on the top, which starts with the power button. And then also inside of it, you have a different set of buttons for TV control, as you can see. So you can set it up, and that way you can use it as an IR connection for your TV. And the manuals are in the back, so this way you can play with it. But just to go very quickly, next you have a mute button on the top. This is for the box. And then you also have the 4 color buttons. The media buttons are there too. Also you have the navigation key with the OK in the middle, home, and then the escape button, the static mouse, also the info button is all here. Going down, you also have the mic button, which does work, and we're going to test it in this video. Volume up and down. And then you can skip and rewind with over here. You can also change channels. We're going to check that out too, just to see if it will work. Also, you have the settings, you have the menu button, and the numeric buttons with the delete right underneath of it. You do have the name, and also it will tell you that this is the RC200 remote. And when you go on the sides of it, this is how it's been designed. Nothing here. Going on this side, it's really nice how they have designed this. And then going on the top is where you're going to see the IR sensor. And once you put the battery inside of it, and when you press using a camera, you don't have to film it, you should be able to see a little light blinking when you press any button. That means is your remote is functional and your battery is good. And going in the back part of it, when you open, is where you're going to be able to put 2 AAA batteries inside, which is not included in the box. But there's a lot of wording in the back for setup on how you will be able to do more with your remote. All going to be in this remote itself. Once we go towards pairing, you're going to see more. And the box itself is inside of a plastic. It is really airtight the way that they have placed this. So we're going to open this and then we're going to go next. So as you can see, it's already ripped now. So we just have to open it up. And now we can take it out. That's how nice and really nice. And the colors are very vibrant the way that they have placed this. I really like how this has been designed. Again, it's exactly like the old design, it's just the color is very vibrant. Alright, so here's the box. So from the top, you can see their name is written really nicely. Very nice and vibrant. And no, it's not sticking up. And then once you go to the front, you have their model number. You have a huge LED, so that will show you that it's turned on. You have the IR sensor in the front. And also there's another little LED. Yes, it will be a little eyesore for the nighttime when you're turning off the lights, so you can put something in front of it. And then you have the micro SD card slot. You have a USB 3, USB 2, And then you also have a little hole for reset if you ever needed to factory reset this. Going to the back, you have two big antennas for the actual internet for the Wi-Fi. And then you have the DC connection, which is 5 volt 2 amps. You have an IR extender connection, which is not part of the box. Also you have the AV, so you can connect it to older type of TVs, which is not recommended. And also you have the HDMI connection. You have a gigabit LAN. Also you have the SPDIF or optical audio connection, so you can connect it to older type of stereo system. On this side is nothing, it's just some holes for ventilation. And then once you go to the bottom of it, you have more holes for ventilation. You do have a little part that tells you your model number. Serial number and MAC address is right underneath of it. It also indicates what type of power voltage you need if you ever misplace the actual power. And then you also have the 4 little legs. So once you put it on the table and you want to move it back and forth, it does move. So if you have a heavier cable, it's not going to make it move that much, which is really good. That's why we have these little legs. But you can see that once you put it down, you're going to have it little raisin, so that way it will breathe properly on the table. So please don't put it on your cloth or on clothing in order for this to breathe properly. Yes, it does have little holes on this side, but it's really mandatory to have some little space on the bottom, except that you can kill your box faster. Enough said about it, let's get this connected. Alright, so for CEC purposes, we're going to hook up the HDMI first. And CEC basically means is, if you put the power first in this, go into your TV. If you want to hook this up as 4K, sometimes your TV cannot read it. So there is a little part for CEC, and this will make it detect the highest quality. On top of that, we have to connect the power. Now going to the front part of it, you will get the little light. It will tell you everything is blinking. And then once start booting up, this will change. But you can see that that light is blue. That means it's turned on. So once you turn it on for the very first time, this is what you should see. And then it goes to a little animation. Once you get to this screen, make sure that you put the batteries in your remote. So I did put mine, and I will close the back. And then we will click next. So make sure that you point it to the box, and then you can select agree. And once you select agree, it will ask you to connect to the Wi-Fi. Now if you connect it via Ethernet, it's not going to ask, it will just bypass this part. And you have to enter your password. And then it will take a couple of seconds for you to connect. And once it's connected, you can just go down into next. Now this part, make sure that there's no black lines around your screen, which mine has right now. So I will just keep clicking till it is all gone. Or sometimes it's over, so you need to bring it back down by pressing the bottom. And you can press the tops in order to make it bigger, and then click finish. And once it goes to the main screen, that's how it really looks. But we're not done yet. So let's go through and pair the remote. Now for that, if you come on the bottom, you have a little mic, we can select it. And over here, we'll tell you to pair your remote. Now as indicates on the actual screen, it says that you need to press the OK and then also the back button together for a couple of seconds. And that way your remote will see a little light blinking on the top right over here. And now it says search complete. That means it found it. So now we just have to wait, press the OK button in front of the box itself. And now it says pairing, and now it's connected. So that's how easy it is to pair your remote on the actual box. Now let's capture a few things before we go next. So from the main screen, you have their name on the top, and then on the right hand side, you have the weather widget. Also it's connected via Wi-Fi right now, and then the Bluetooth is on because the remote is connected. Underneath of it, you have the live TV, which is just a regular shortcut, so that way you can add your apps inside of it. Same thing for VOD, playback, browser is already going in inside of a browser, which is going to be Chrome browser. Next part is going to be apps, which is going to be all apps, so whatever comes as default. And then App Store. Now they have their own App Store. And also you can go to Google Play Store. Now these are just regular shortcuts. You can click on it and you can add an app like Calculator right now. And if I press back, it just stays. Now in order to get rid of it, you have to press the menu key and then it just gets rid of it. That's it. That's how easy it is to process. Going underneath of it, you have the settings. You can click on it. And this is how you will be able to connect to Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. You can log in on Google Play Store and going to be able to manage your apps and devices. all going to be inside of it. How easy that is. Going next is going to be folder, so you can select it, and this is going to inside of an app. And this way you can see on the top that you can browse devices, you can play videos, pictures, music, and files. Underneath of it, you're also going to get access locally, which is going to be on the box. Now, if you connect any USB, anything, also going to be showing up underneath of this. If you want to go to the network, inside of your own network, whatever you have shared, going to be showing up. And if you want to select anything under NFS share, it will be able to process it from here. That's not the only thing. Going next is anything that is in the background. You want to just stop that app, click on this, and that's what happens. Goes through and just gets rid of them and cleans them. That means it's shutting down those apps and deleting the cache. Also, you can do a speed test now, which is going to fast.com. And this way you can see exactly how fast of an internet you have. And yes, this is a totally different thing. But again, it gives you a proper number, which mine is 120 because I'm connected via Wi-Fi. But we're going to test it, bring it up later. Going next is going to be deleting some apps, whatever you want to uninstall, if you installed it, and going to show up underneath of this. And the next part is if you want to use your remote as a mic, you can click on it, or you want to pair your remote. This will really help you out too. This part is going to be your favorites, apps, you want to select it, and then you can press those buttons on your remote, the numeric part, it will launch those apps. Now this part is for assistance or customer service. If you need assistance, you can contact them right over here. So it doesn't matter if it's just going to be on an online support, which is on their website. Also, you want to get some contact information from WhatsApp, or you want to go into your email and you want to send them an email, something you need to discuss. This will really help you out. And that's about it for this part. Now underneath of it, you also have the MAC address, the model ID, and the date and the time. So this way you know exactly which box you have. And there is a little ad on the side. It's really cool. That area keeps changing, which is really good. So that's another thing that we wanted to talk about. Enough said about it. Let's go through some testing. All right. So the first thing we're going to cover will be YouTube. Now, as you can see right now, the quality is set up on 1080p as default. Once you select it, you can change it to the 2K maximum. It does not allow you to go bigger. Maybe this video is maximum 2K. So let's just get out of it and choose another video. Now this one is selecting as 4K. Perfect. So we're going to select it. Takes a couple of seconds and the video comes up and it's a lot more vibrant than before. So now you know that this box do play in 4K. Let's go a little bit geeky inside of it. Now as you can see on the top, this is 1080p maximum as it shows right now. There's 0 frame drops. Right underneath of it, you can see that this is grabbing it as 4K but in 30 frames per second. And if you look right underneath of it, the volume is normalized on 100. And then the codecs right underneath of it is using VP9 and OPUS as usual on YouTube. But it's really nice and it's very vibrant and it's very smooth. This is what we wanted to see when we are playing with these type of apps. And that's it for YouTube. The next thing we will check will be Geekbench. Now we have already processed this, and for single core we received 112, and for multi-core we received 390. Now we tried to process this with the latest version of this app, which is Geekbench 6, but it's not compatible with this box. So we went back to Geekbench 5 and we processed it. This is the number that we got. Again, it's not bad for this box. The next thing we will launch will be the AIDA64, on another word, AIDA64. Now, as soon as it comes up, you can see that right on the top, the device name is TV. Right underneath of it, you have the manufacturer's Google. Model number is right, 4 GB of RAM, and total memory is right underneath of it. Now, the available memory is going to be 1979 megabyte, but look inside of it, there you go, it's 54.9 because it's 64, I'm sure. But the rest of them is going to be partitioned, divided, so the app that is installed plus the actual OS. Also going to keep a little bit for backup just in case if something happens and you want to do factory reset. So it needs an image, it will grab it. So those are all going to be spaces. And then the rest is going to show up right over here. It says internal empty space is 52.11. This part is the USB that I connected for the video playing, which we're going to cover in a couple of seconds. And then the Bluetooth on this is 4+. It doesn't really show exactly what it is, but that's what it shows. Underneath of it on CPU, you can see that this is using All-Winner H313 and H616. It is ARM Cortex A53 running on 1512 megahertz. The actual chip in the board is 64-bit, but it's running on 32. The cores are quad-core processor, and the ones that are sleeping and the ones that are playing, the CPU utilization is going up to 21%, which is really good. Now going to display itself, native resolution on this is 1080p. The GPU on this is Mali G31, which is a single core processor running on 60 Hz on landscape mode. The OpenGL, that means is if you want to play some first player games on this, will work perfectly. The network on this is set up for Wi-Fi 6, but in this one, this app only shows up to 5 because this app cannot read anything over through the actual board that is on this box. But it is say that 5G network is supported, which is really good. This box is running OS 12. Now the terminal is really cool because it shows everything almost the same numbers. You can see the CPU terminal, the DDR, which is going to be the RAM, the GPU, which is the graphics card. It's all going to be in this place, and they're not going near to 60%, which means it's very nice and cool. Now the codecs is something I want to cover because it shows that all of them are here that you're looking for. So I'm just going to keep scrolling down, and I'm sure that you're going to find the ones that you are looking for. And the ones that I'm looking for are already there. So I know that this box will do the job for us perfectly. But once we get to the part for playing videos, we can detect more. But this is it. And that's about it for AIDA64 or AIDA64. The next thing we're going to cover will be the video player. So this way we can see how good this box can play if you have videos in your USB. So the first thing we're going to launch will be our 1080p video. And yes, you can see that it is playing it very nicely. The volume is up. And yes, there is sound to it. It sounds very good, by the way, just to let you know. So this will play perfectly. This is a 4K video that we captured through a phone, but the map is very big, and you can see that if there's any kind of pause, you will be able to see it very quickly because it will be captured on this box itself. So map, when I say, is how big of a field it is and how small particles will be moving in every different parts of this video itself. There should be some birds that will be flying. Yes, I'm going a little quiet just to get this video captured right, but this is it. You can see that there's no pause to it. It plays it perfectly. Now this video is going to be 4K and 10-bit. Yeah, I'm sure that you can hear it, but there is no picture yet, so it does not play 10-bit 4K video. And this is what happens when you stop the 4K and 10 bits. So it does not play that. The next thing we're going to capture is going to be internet speed. So I got Wi-Fi analyzer just to be a little different. And let's go to it. So right now it just started, and this is done by Wi-Fi. And I have to capture and also going to blur out some parts. But this is how it is playing. And right now you can see that the download on this through Wi-Fi 6 is 141. It's just going to 142, coming back to 141. There you go. And now this is the upload rate, which is going around 111. So it's almost reaching to the same amount that I'm downloading. Again, this is a really good because it shows that even 8K should be able to play, and gaming should be very, very nice. Now let's change this to Ethernet, and let's try it again. So now we're connected via LAN connection, and we're going back. So this is through LAN connection. Remember, we have a gigabit LAN on this. So let's see how good of a speed that we're getting. It's still just going through. It doesn't show. There you go. So now we have roughly about 700 and 815 basically. There you go. So now we're waiting for it to stop and show us an exact number, which is 819 megabit download. And now our upload rate is going roughly about 100. And it shows about 85 right now, which is, again, it's really good. So 82 megabits for our upload rate. Again, ping is very low. It went about 17 to almost 8. And then when it went to the upload rate, it went about from 21 milliseconds to almost 3. So again, it's really good numbers when it comes to the speed test. All the links will be available in the bottom of this video. This was our take. I hope you guys like our video. If you do like it, click the like button, subscribe button on the top, comment on the bottom. Always remember to visit our own website, which is xctex.info. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and other social networking places, and thank you.